So I want to thank you all for coming here. We're very excited about today's event. So my name is Ed Seidel. I'm the Vice President for Economic Development and Innovation at the University of Illinois System. And I want to thank Innovate Springfield for hosting this event. Just want to again say what an exciting day this is for all of us for a number of reasons. But start off by giving a little bit of the history of this. So last year, we announced right here in this room that we are launching the Illinois Innovation Network, or the IIN. It's a collection of university-based hubs across the entire state of Illinois that are already impacting the state to attract and to train the best talent and to enhance our capacity for innovation and economic development. Today, we're able to say that we're adding 9 hubs to the Illinois Innovation Network. This means that now all of the state's public four-year higher education institutions, as well as major companies, community colleges, and other community organizations, are committed to working together to further enhance our positive impact across the state and its people. It's truly inspiring to see the collaborative spirit of senior leaders from our partners who worked to set the IIN's initial priorities. So that is clearly a result of the standards set by each of the institution's leaders, many of who are here today, and thank you all for coming today, and who are alongside me today. So I want to thank you all for establishing the spirit of cooperation at your institution that's making the IIN a priority. This is the realization of nearly 3 years of work. So I was brought into this role nearly 3 years ago, and I would say on the very first day, I began to work on some rough ideas about how we could organize many assets across the state to increase its capacity for innovation. President Killeen asked me to take on this role, and it's just been a very exciting ride, and now I think for me this is the culmination of 3 years of work. And I want to make sure I point out that this was started with a very small but fantastic team with TJ Augustine, there's TJ there, and Christy Kuzmuck, who are now at UIC. TJ is the Vice Chancellor for Innovation, and Christy is the Associate Vice Chancellor for Innovation. So I want to point out that among our group of different hubs across the state, we have one special hub, which is called the Discovery Partners Institute. I know Bill Sanders, who's the interim director, is here somewhere. Bill is here, and Bill's been working tirelessly with us since about last July to make that a reality. And that is a common hub for all of us to work together in Chicago, as well as to work with each other throughout the state at our hubs in our hometowns. So we've spent the better part of the last year meeting many of university leaders across the state that you see today that help develop the vision that we have together. Each has a bold vision for their own institution, as well as very good ideas for how we can work together. And as you'll see a little bit later this afternoon, we're going to have some breakout sessions so we can get some stakeholder input from any of you who would like to join us for discussions about how to augment our initial ideas on areas of collaborative research, for entrepreneurship, for education and workforce development, and for policy and funding. So all of the universities educate students, conduct research, and support our communities. But what makes us unique is the different programs and the focus that we have at each of the institutions. And I think that's what makes the IIN a beautiful thing. Every community is organizing itself according to what its strengths are and what its needs are. So whether it's NIU's Northern Illinois Center for Community Sustainability, WIU's Center for Manufacturing and Entrepreneurial Excellence, Governor State Supply Chain Innovation Center, Chicago State Center for Solutions of Urban Populations, and so on. Each institution has put forward a concept that builds on the local strengths. So I want to thank you all for joining us today, and to mark this momentous occasion that we are now launching with all of the public higher education institutions in the state, at least all the four-year public universities. And we look forward to working together to make an impact on the state's economy and on our population. So now I'd like to introduce Jim Langfelder, the mayor of Springfield, to come to the podium. Jim.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Ed, for all your great work to getting us to this point. President Killeen, for your leadership, the university system, and of course my favorite chancellor, Chancellor Cook with UIS. That's my alma mater. But welcome to Springfield for those of you that are here. And it really gives me great pride as mayor, especially to, share with you the importance of this initiative. With regards to Innovate Springfield, what it means to me is progress through connectivity. And it's about, really developing entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs and startup businesses. And it all started with the Chamber of Commerce working with the Land of Lincoln Community Federation. They saw foundation, they saw the need for that, and working with UIS, really getting this initiative going. But when we had a change of dynamics with our economy, we all had to pull our resources together. That's when the University of Illinois in Springfield really took a leadership role in taking this under their wing, so to speak, with the Land of Lincoln Economic Development Council, as well as the City of Springfield, providing funding along with the Community Foundation. But what it means with that, it gives you a simple idea is through, on the local level to the global level, is an individual that came from the entrepreneurial world right here in Innovate Springfield. Her name's Rasha Saeed, and she's a mother, and she had a simple idea where her son is visually impaired, and he's at a local high school, and he couldn't navigate his way through the high school. So she developed the Aware app. And with the Aware app, she had beacons that she put strategically around the high school, and it provided directional, audio directional through the iPhone. And so, it solved that immediate need, but what it helped is our own community. Little did we know, it provided directional instructions right downtown Springfield. We put up 200 beacons around our downtown area, so individuals that might not know their way around, they can do it through the audio, or they can do it visually through their phone, and it provides directions by connecting our historic sites. And that helps us, economically, but also businesses can participate in the process. When someone walks by a business, they have the beacon inside. They can say, ding, they hear it, and it'll say, Mulder's restaurant has free appetizers with purchase of a meal or something of that nature. So one simple concept has grown to really help us economically in the city of Springfield. But she's taken it tenfold throughout the world, because now she's looking at transforming it into 6 different languages. So we're the home of Abraham Lincoln, and so people can enjoy their sites when they come here and visit and learn about the sites in their own native tongue through the Aware app. So it's amazing what a simple concept to identify a need and really move it to the direction to have a resolution, but it went globally, or will go globally, and it's all done locally here, because she's partnering with LRS, which is a technological company here in Springfield, having a sign company produce the beacons for us, and of course using our utility pole. We have our own utility, so we put them up around the city of Springfield. So that gives you just a small glimpse of what the Illinois Innovation Network will do. And it's really exciting for me that the universities have come together to form all the hubs throughout the state. And we have a governor that truly understands, Governor Pritzker truly understands the importance of innovation and entrepreneurialism. And so we look forward to his leadership, as well as our own local senator, Senator Menard. He's a great advocate for our initiatives. But on behalf of all the mayors, I want to thank you for your participation in this, because with this great collaboration with the state, with the universities and the educational structure, with local resources, we'll make our economic future brighter for each and every one of us. So thank you very much for letting me be part of this.
So next, I'd like to introduce President Killeen, President of the University of Illinois System.
Thank you. I'd like to start with a quote from our governor that just arrived, and with permission, I'd like to read what his words are. This is Governor J.B. Pritzker today. It's very exciting to see how our state's public universities are working together through the Illinois Innovation Network, and how they are putting innovation at the forefront of their agenda. We have so much potential if we just work together, and today's announcement shows me that our universities are committed to that. They are our state's key pillars of innovation and talent production, and I look forward to seeing the even greater impact they have on Illinois' economy through the IIN. So that was and they're very busy today in the state capitol, as you know, but we do expect Senator Menard to join us shortly. So I want to thank Ed for his pioneering leadership for this. I don't know which one of us is happier. It would probably be a photo finish. At the sake of oversimplifying, the idea here is to take warm collaboration as we know it and turn it up to a full, hard boil in the state of Illinois. To solve today's complex challenges, we need to do more than just put a few heads together. We need a village. So we set out to build one, and this is the manifestation of that. Bringing together brilliant faculty in a host of crucial fields, from computing and healthcare to food supplies and sustainability. Working hand in hand with government, industry, and non-for-profits, tackling real-world problems through research discovery of new approaches to workforce development, populating it with our talented Illinois students, and working with entrepreneurs and venture capitalists to take breakthroughs to the marketplace, and all driven by our best and brightest students, nurturing them to become the researchers, the innovators, and entrepreneurs of tomorrow. So these new hubs fulfill that guiding vision, taking it to the hard boil of the Illinois Innovation Network. They harness the intellectual power of every single one of Illinois' best-in-class public universities. I'm very thankful for our colleagues here in leadership of our public universities for their full-blown participation. We'll be able to together to spread innovation to literally every corner of our state, working collaboratively with the network of 15 hubs that includes top minds from around the world, literally around the world, at our Discovery Partners Institute in downtown Chicago. IIN and DPI together will deliver a high-powered jolt to the innovation infrastructure that is now so crucial to create new products, services, new businesses, and new jobs, and build the tax base. They'll foster homegrown solutions to the challenges that our communities face, and make Illinois the new center of gravity for the ideas that will drive waves of progress across the nation and around the world. Once in a generation opportunity, and it's going to be big, and it should be big given our state and our system. So on behalf of the U of I system, I'm deeply grateful to all of our sister universities for joining us here and working so collegially and collaboratively together. Your work promises to radiate across your own communities and to literally every corner of our state and our world. So thank you very much for being here, all of you.
Thank you, President Killeen. Next, I'd like to welcome Susan Cook, the Chancellor of the University of Illinois at Springfield, which announced the first hub of the Illinois Innovation Network last year.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Ed. Well, I'm delighted to welcome all of you here to the University of Illinois Springfield's Innovate Springfield, the first hub of the Illinois Innovation Network. In his remarks, President Killeen mentioned collaboration as a fundamental aspect of this big idea, the Illinois Innovation Network. We need a village, as he said, and I'm so pleased that here in Springfield, from the very beginning of this big idea, we've had some crucial collaboration within our own Springfield village to launch and expand this first IIN hub. The Community Foundation of the Land of Lincoln, with the leadership of John Stremsterfer, the City of Springfield, and our mayor, and our local Economic Development Corporation, and I see Eric Berglund is here right back there. You might want to talk to him. And I thought John was going to be here, but I haven't seen him. There he is. Hi, John. Thanks for being here. Those three organizations have stepped up to partner with us and to invest with us to grow this initiative right here in this place. I'm so thankful for the leadership of these organizations. The results are already impressive. Thanks in part to the leadership of Katie Davison, the Executive Director of Innovate Springfield, and Katie is right over there. Here are some of the results just from the last several months. Membership in Innovate Springfield has increased by over 50%, and 20% of the members are students. 56% of the incubated companies are led by women, and 48% of those women are women of color. UIS faculty with expertise in entrepreneurship, marketing, and other areas are hosting classes here in Innovate Springfield and providing technical assistance to clients. Programming to enhance both business incubation and social innovation has been expanded. And business startups have created 21 full-time jobs, 31 part-time jobs, and generated $1.9 million in gross revenues so far. And we're just getting started. Bruce Summer, our new Director of Economic Development and Innovation, is expanding collaborations throughout the area, making connections with business, industry, and other educational institutions. At the same time, he is playing a crucial role fostering connections across the network as it develops. And I want you to see Bruce. He's back there against the wall. So if you want to talk to him, you can talk to him today too. So this new step now of adding new members to the IIN with hubs across the state led by regional higher education institutions is going to greatly accelerate the impact that we can all have together. As President Killeen said, harnessing the intellectual power of our universities and spreading innovation to every corner of the state. This is a tremendously exciting opportunity, a big idea, that if we can collaborate among our universities and create mutually beneficial partnerships with business and industry, we will drive economic development and create new opportunities for our students and for our communities in ways that have never happened before. I so appreciate our fellow universities' willingness to join us. The IIN will make a profound difference to improve the quality of life here in Illinois and far beyond. So again, I'm delighted to welcome you all here today, and I look forward to our work together. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor Cook. At this time, we were going to have Senator Menard come say a few words, but he's been called for a meeting, of course, this very busy time in May in Springfield. But I just wanted to acknowledge and thank him for his support for the $500 million appropriation that is important to supporting this IIN. But I'd like to move on then now to President Lisa Freeman of the Northern Illinois University, which became the first IIN hub outside the University of Illinois system. President Freeman.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. On behalf of the faculty and staff and students at NIU, I'm honored to be here today representing the university as a member of the Illinois Innovation Network. Our university community understands that relationships are resources, and we are excited about the potential of the IIN to connect universities, industry, and entrepreneurs across our state in ways that maximize the economic impact and the potential of our research and innovation. The network will foster a culture of innovation and drive collaboration to create new knowledge, new products, new jobs, new companies, strengthening all of Illinois. To this end, NIU's hub in the IIN is a Center for Community Sustainability, focused on research and policy development related to food systems, clean water, and a resilient environment. This emphasis is founded on the interests of our community and the recognized expertise of our faculty and staff. NIU faculty, staff, and students will benefit from collaboration with creative problem-solving experts at the Discovery Partners Institute and other institutions across the state. For example, we're actively engaged in collaboration with the Universities of Illinois College of Agriculture, Consumer, and Environmental Sciences about the potential to strengthen research and teaching at both institutions through curricular innovation in the context of metropolitan and environmental food systems. Other universities and communities in the IIN will also benefit from collaboration with our hub. The DeKalb-based Northern Illinois Center for Community Sustainability will feature an environmental policy institute and an environmental law clinic to synthesize and recast research development into policy options to support local communities and to promote sustainable economic growth. We're looking forward to partnering with all of the other universities, and we're interested in speaking immediately to Eastern Illinois University, Lakeland College, and their Center for Clean Energy and Research Education about partnerships related to issues of environment, economic development, entrepreneurship, and community sustainability. In closing, I want to thank the University of Illinois system for leading the partnership and promoting transformational collaboration. And I also want to thank the forward-looking leadership of our state for investing in progress and in prosperity. Thank you.
Thank you, President Freeman. And I just want to actually point out also that as you've heard, that there are collaborations that are already taking place across the IIN, and there are many more that we're discovering as we have these conversations. So I'd like to now move on to Brian Spain, who is a person who's got something of a dual role here. He is in his day job. He works at OSF as OSF Healthcare's Vice President for Economic Development. He's also leading the development of the Peoria Innovation Hub. And he's also a state representative. And so thank you for finding the time to come join us today.
Well, good morning. It's great to be here. It's great to see so many collaborators here joining us in Springfield during a very busy time. I want to start off with a thank you to President Killeen. And first, selfishly, Mr. President, you've given me a temporary hall pass from a committee meeting at the Capitol right now. So it's a beautiful day. I got to see the sunlight for a little bit. But secondly, and I think most importantly, really on behalf of the entire Illinois General Assembly, we want to thank you, Mr. President, because this is really an important triumph of your vision for our state and the important role that the University of Illinois plays in affecting change in a positive way for the future of Illinois. So this collaboration is one of the most transformational economic development opportunities that we've seen in our state in decades. And while it is fantastic that we are here with so much evidence of collaboration from all of our terrific institutions of higher learning across the state, the other thing that's most exciting about the Illinois Innovation Network is the partnerships that are developing with industry throughout our state. Because it's not just about developing the innovation and leveraging the most talented minds in some of our academic settings. It's applying those ideas to industry in order to provide jobs and create success throughout the entire state of Illinois. I think Peoria is a great example of why this is important, and we are using industry to move forward and actually be the convening forces for our innovation hub in the Peoria area. I'm very happy to be joined by Dr. Sheila Quirk-Bailey from Illinois Central College, who is here and part of our collaboration team, in addition to OSF Healthcare and the Greater Peoria Economic Development Council. We have convened these institutions to come forward and say, what are our strengths in Central Illinois, in Greater Peoria, and how can we use the Innovation Hub to leverage those strengths to create jobs? And so we're focused on three things: the health and wellness of diverse populations, especially underserved areas in both rural and urban settings. We're focused on food and farming systems. And then thirdly, on autonomous mobility and some of the major investments from Caterpillar, Komatsu, and other real titans of this type of work taking place right in the Peoria area. These are the authentic, important local strengths that now we can take advantage of and share our ideas and benefit from others throughout locations all across the state of Illinois. Again, this is an exercise in academic cooperation and collaboration, but it's also about jobs. It's about making partnerships with industries throughout the state of Illinois, learning from each other, and building the new economy that will guide us into prosperity for the future. Mr. Killeen, President Killeen, thank you so much. Dr. Killeen, any other titles that I could think of. But this is a great day for Illinois, and we're so excited for what's yet to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Representative Spain. Now I'd like to introduce and to welcome Zalwenika Scott, more colloquially known as Z. Scott. Thank you very much. I hope I got that right. Perfect. I practiced it. The president of Chicago State University.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and students and Board of Trustees of the Chicago State University, I am proud to be here representing our university. Chicago State University, as part of its participation, will create the Center for Solutions of Urban Populations, an incubator for pioneering ideas and championing transformative change in neighborhoods plagued by health, social, and institutional lack of investment. Chicago State University sits on 161 acres on the far southeast side of Chicago, and neighborhoods that have seen some of the worst health outcomes in our state. Neighborhoods that have seen extensive lack of investment in the assets and development of those neighborhoods. Our center will focus on the social determinants of health and well-being, such as health and healthcare disparities, violence reduction, conflict resolutions, and pathways for success for challenged youth and ex-offenders, urban farming, entrepreneurship training in an urban area, effective law enforcement practices in an urban area, and food delivery and consumption in impoverished neighborhoods. The center will require physical renovation of space, and that is why state investment is so important. We have joined with partners that include Advocate Aurora Healthcare and the Publicis Group. We would like to thank the University of Illinois for its forward-thinking and collaborative efforts on behalf of all of our public universities. We would also like to thank the Illinois legislature for its support and our governor for his recognition of the importance of our public universities to drive innovation in our state. Our research will improve and empower our community, the city of Chicago, and the state of Illinois. Thank you.
Thank you, President Scott. I'd like next to introduce President Larry Dietz of Illinois State University. There you are. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think you're going to hear a recurring theme here amongst all of us. I would also be remiss, however, if I didn't say that while today's focus with IIN is a very important one, the presidents of the universities, all the public universities, get together every Wednesday at 3 o'clock, and we talk about lots of issues, broad-based, a lot of legislative advocacy issues, as you might gather, but today's a special focus on IIN. But there is a collaboration that's been going on for years among the public university presidents in those 3 o'clock Wednesday meetings and then in other meetings prior to formal meetings of the Illinois Board of Higher Education. Before I get into my continuation of the theme here this morning, I'd be remiss if I didn't introduce Dr. John Bauer, who is the head of our research and sponsored programs unit at the university, and he's really been instrumental in these conversations that has gotten Illinois State to the point today in these conversations. I'd also like to thank my colleague and friend, Dr. Killeen, for including us in this venture. It's always a pleasure being here with my colleagues, and it's great to join and partner with colleagues from around the state. And we also appreciate our legislative support and the governor's support of these efforts. We all know that our universities and colleges are financial engines and economic development drivers for our communities. Indeed, I meet regularly with our Economic Development Council, with our Bloomington Normal Advantage program, and our Chambers of Commerce in Bloomington and Normal, but this is bigger than all of that and within our communities, and we're delighted to be a part of it. Part of that example about spending and the spin-off of spending by our employees and our students at the university, we've conducted studies about that, and we know that our employees and our students directly contribute more than $600 million annually to the McLean County economy, and also returns more than $10 million in tax revenues in the area. We often tailor curricula to meet the needs of local employers, or in a constant communication with our local employers to talk about their needs. One recent example at Illinois State University is that we launched a first of its kind cybersecurity major with the assistance of a $3 million investment from our community's largest employer, State Farm. You may have also heard or read that Rivian Automotive has purchased the former Mitsubishi plant in Normal and will soon be producing electric SUVs and trucks at that facility, eventually employing more than 1,000 people. I've spoken to Rivian leadership about their need for engineers, and ISU is in the process of launching an engineering program. These are just a couple of the many areas in which Illinois State contributes to innovation, economic development, and workforce development. And I know that all of our universities, community colleges, and organizations have similar examples. As we work in partnership to contribute to the local and statewide economy, our institutions also contribute to economic development and workforce development. At Illinois State, our proposed hub would establish a makerspace and entrepreneurial education center, a startup incubator, and access to specialized facilities on the ISU and Heartland Community College campuses to support startups that need things like high-performance computing capabilities or scientific resources like wet lab space. The Illinois State Bloomington Normal Hub of the IIN will be the first concerted, large-scale effort in McLean County to develop a culture of innovation, entrepreneurship, and economic development. Organizations like the IIN help us share information, ideas, and strategies that allow our individual institutions and communities to prosper and, in turn, enhance innovation and development for the entire state. Together, we also accomplish something else that is critically important to Illinois, and that is demonstrating to our students and potential students that Illinois is a place to receive their higher education, to help stem the flow of the outmigration of Illinois students to other states. Students who are educated in Illinois tend to remain in Illinois and become working, tax-paying contributors to this state. So again, thank you for allowing me to be a part of this special day and for Illinois State University to be a part of this special project, and thank you for your time and attention. And IIN is terrific. We really look forward to the collaboration from all of that. So a continuation of the theme. There you go. Thank you.
Thank you, President Dietz. Now I'd like to welcome Elaine P. Maiman, President of Governor State University. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning. And on behalf of the trustees, the faculty, staff, and students of Governor State University, I want to thank President Killeen for his leadership in working with the governor and the General Assembly on this amazing concept of the Illinois Innovation Network. Now, I'm a university president, but my background is as an English professor. And for me, symbols matter, language matters. The whole idea of hub is a brilliant concept because it goes back to that original innovative invention, the wheel. And I think that the hub concept really makes us understand and celebrate the language of this endeavor, working together to ignite the Illinois economy. We are proud at Governor State University to work with the University of Illinois, that's our great flagship university, and with our sister comprehensives. Each university in this state, and not only in this project, has its special role. And I want to thank my colleagues who are here and who have been working out Governor State's special role in the planning, and that's our Provost, Beth Cada, and our Vice President for Administration and Finance, Paul Bilaska. They have been working all year on developing our concept. For us, the theme is logistics and the supply chain. We're located right where Will County meets Cook County. And we are truly the hub for strategic movement of people and merchandise. If you've driven around that area lately, you know. Watch out for the trucks. Governor State University will bring together educational institutions. We're going to work with our community colleges too. And we're going to work with surrounding industries. And the goal is to revitalize Chicago's south suburbs. That's our hub, through education, research, and partnership. Governor Pritzker, when he campaigned in the south suburbs, said that under his governorship, the south suburbs of Chicago would no longer be Forgot-tonia. And it has been. And I think that this economic revitalization is going to make a very big difference. So as each university hub does the same with our various areas in Illinois, we will work together to revitalize Illinois, and the whole will be more than the sum of its parts. Thank you.
Thank you, President Maiman. And in fact, as many of you know, I drive that stretch a lot, and I've never seen so many big buildings going up.
That's right.
It is incredible.
Centers.
It is incredible. So that's a very exciting project for me. All right, so now next we have Alex Dagnaro Green, the Dean of the U of I Regional Medical Campus in Rockford. Where is Al? There you are, Alex.
Very good. Well, good morning. I must admit, when I saw this setup here, I said, okay, I'm in good shape because I don't have a voice that projects. So I was very disappointed to hear that none of these actually will do that. Nevertheless, I think everyone's going to be able to hear my comments. As Regional Dean of the University of Illinois College of Medicine, Rockford, it's my pleasure to be here to celebrate the launch of the statewide hubs of the Illinois Innovation Network. To understand what we want to do in Rockford and the impact it's going to have, I need to spend a minute telling you a little bit about our campus, which, as you hear, is part of the University of Illinois system. The Rockford Regional Campus was created to address physician shortage and healthcare needs of the citizens of downstate Illinois. Beginning with our inaugural class in 1972, we have graduated over 1,900 physicians, the majority of whom have settled in the state of Illinois. But unique to our campus is an unwavering commitment to graduate physicians who are dedicated to practice in rural Illinois, downstate Illinois. 25 years ago, we established the Rural Medicine Program. Our philosophy is to grow your own. To accomplish that, we have a recruiter. By the way, he is a farmer, a former bull rider, and he recruits around the state to find bright, energetic students in rural communities who really hadn't thought about a career in medicine, and he mentors them and shepherds them until they come into our school, and they do fantastically. To accomplish this, we've also developed close ties with 30 hospitals, many of them critical access hospitals, providing care to the neediest in our state. Once accepted, our students engage in a curriculum enhanced with experiences in rural medicine, and I'm incredibly proud to say that 65% of our students not only stay in Illinois, but they go back to the rural setting. This is the highest percentage of any program in the United States, and it is a model both nationally and internationally. But we've gone farther. In the last 10 years, we've expanded our program to include pharmacy, nursing, social work, in healthcare settings, and working all together in interprofessional teams. Designation as an Illinois Innovation Network hub will allow us to take a bold new step in rural health science. We propose to build a new facility on campus with the mission of expanding the health science training programs we offer. In particular, we want to bring rural dentistry, physical therapy, occupational therapy, social work, and other allied healthcare fields to the Rockford campus to work in an interprofessional setting and address the healthcare needs of our state. We are committed to and excited by this vision and are most appreciative of the IIN serving as a catalyst to propel us forward. And I'll conclude by thanking my boss, President Killeen, for doing this and allowing us to be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. So next, I'd like to welcome Jack Thomas, President of Western Illinois University. President Thomas, thank you.
Good morning. This is a landmark day for Illinois public higher education. We at Western Illinois University are very excited to be a part of the Illinois Innovation Network, serving as a hub on both of our campuses in Macomb and Quad Cities. We bring both rural and urban challenges, opportunities, and perspectives to the table. We thank our governor, the Illinois General Assembly, and the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity for supporting the work of the IIN. We also thank President Killeen, Vice President Seidel, and the team of the University of Illinois for providing the leadership and coordination in these efforts. We're pleased that our Center for Manufacturing and Entrepreneurial Excellence focuses on advanced and additive manufacturing, as well as community economic development. We already have over 20 partners from community colleges, the military, Quad Cities Chamber of Commerce, and the public and private sectors ready to go, and we are expanding our School of Engineering to these ends. As you've heard from my colleagues this morning, each hub in the Illinois Innovation Network is utilizing the strengths from their institution and other public and private partnerships to identify and successfully address critical needs in their regions. We have done this at Western through the President's Executive Institute for several years and are glad that the state system of higher education is coming together and with our community college partners and those from the public and private sectors to address restoration of the statewide economy and the outmigration of high school and community college graduates. Western Illinois University has a core value of social responsibility and serves as a resource for and stimulus to educational, cultural, environmental, community, and economic development in our region and well beyond, which is consistent with the Illinois Innovation Network. Partnerships with the Illinois Innovation Network will advance community and economic development, and Western is proud to be a partner in a network that will have impacts in the state, across the nation, and around the world. It is a critical asset to recruit and retain top talent in Illinois, and student participation in the Illinois Innovation Network advances our mission of preparing students to lead in diverse and dynamic communities. Thank you.
Thanks, President Thomas. So I want to thank everybody for assembling today. This is, I think, an unprecedented event that we've had everyone getting together. How often do you get so many university presidents in the same room at the same time saying the same thing? This is a really, a really great event, I think, for all of us today. So I want to thank you all. I know you have phone calls, but this is more commitment. So I also want to point out that although we're formally launching this today with all of our partners, we've actually been meeting quite regularly. So we've actually had, I think, 5 meetings of the leadership of all of these hubs, most of them in person at different sites, and we're having another one today. And in fact, you're welcome. We're going to have a special open version of our meeting this afternoon, or actually later this morning, and you're all welcome to join us if you'd like to. So just for the rest of the morning, I just want to say a couple logistical points. So first of all, the leadership here will be around for a little while longer this morning for interviews, if you would like to do that. Then you're all welcome to stay and join if you have time. As we break into some smaller groups, we have 4 areas of focus that we are going to be talking about today. We have strong ideas already about what we'll be doing in collaborative research, in entrepreneurship, in research, and in policy and funding for activities here. But we would love to get your input. So we thought we would take advantage of this to invite anyone to join any of these groups, and there'll be breakout sessions around the room here for you to join and give your input so we can think about how to best to bring value back to our stakeholders. So finally, then we'll have an open IIN council meeting, and that will be around 10:45 to 11:15, where we'll have some report outs from those discussions. So I think that's a wrap. I want to thank everybody for coming, and really appreciate all of your support, and very excited to do with this.